Hello students, today we are going to learn ratio and proportion from the chapter 8 comparing quantities. What is ratio? Now a comparison by division. Ratio is a comparison by division. A comparison by division is known as ratio. Now with an example, we will understand with an example. Suppose A scored 40 marks out of 50 and B scored 36 marks out of 50. These are the marks of two students, A and B. Okay, now the ratio of A is to B. This is the symbol to show ratio. Okay, two dots. So the ratio of A is to B will be 40. A score 40 and B score 36. So when we reduce this to its lowest term, both these numbers are divisible by 4. So it is 9 times and it is 10 times. So the ratio, the lowest term will be 10:9. That means, it means for every 10 marks, that A got, B got 9 marks. For every 10 marks that A got, B got 9 marks. This is the way to represent a ratio. In ratio, first thing, in ratio, unit should be same. The first criteria is that unit should be same. Now suppose here it is ₹5 to 50 paise. Okay, now here if you see, the units are different. These two are different unit. These two are different. One is rupees, one is paise. So we will convert both in same unit. So ₹5 will be converted into paise. So it will be 500 paise. Now here 500 paise to 50 paise. Now both the units are same. Now we can compare. We can write this ratio in this way. So this 0 gone. 5 1 times, 50 10 times. So the ratio will be 10:1. The ratio will be 10:1. So the two ratios can be compared. Two ratios can be compared by converting them to like fraction. This is very important. 1:2 and there are two ratios are there. Okay, 1:2 and 2:3. So 1:2 we can write it in this way. 2:3 we can write it in this way. So the first step is convert the ratio into fraction. We have converted the ratio into fraction. Okay, second step, convert into like fraction. Convert into like fraction. Now how I will convert this into like fraction? I will multiply this with 3 and I will multiply this with 2. Then 2 2s are 4 and 2 3s are 6. Here 3 and 6. Now look, these two are like fraction. These two are like fraction. Now we will compare this. Are they equal? No, this is bigger. So these two ratios are not equal. These two ratios are not equal. These two ratios are not equivalent. These two ratios are not equivalent. Okay, now suppose we will take one more thing. Okay, one more thing. If two fractions are equal, we say the ratio. I will take an equivalent ratio. I will take an equivalent ratio. Now equivalent ratio, suppose take it as 3/4. Suppose this is a equation, fraction. I want to find this is equivalent fraction. Now equivalent fraction is 3/4, and if I multiply this with 4, so it will become 4 3 is 12, 16. This is 5. We will take it as 5. So it will be 20. Okay, 3 4s are 12 and 5 4s are 20. These two are equivalent. These two are equivalent fractions. Now what will be equivalent ratio? What will be the equivalent ratio? Equivalent ratio will be, suppose we will write this as 3:5 and Clear? This is equivalent fraction 3 by 5 and 12 by 20. Okay, equivalent ratio will be 3:5 equal to 12:20. That means we can say that if two fractions are equal, we can say that ratios are also equivalent. Two fractions are equal, we can say that ratios are also equivalent. Okay, now suppose this is equivalent proportion. Now suppose I have taken, now here 3:5 is equal to 12:20. This equal sign can be written as, this is the sign for proportion, this is the sign for proportion. Then we can say that when two ratios are equivalent, then the four quantities are said to be in proportion. What will be the definition? When two ratios are equivalent, then the four quantities are said to be in proportion. Understand how you will define proportion? First, if two fractions are equal, then we can say that two ratios are equivalent to each other. If two ratios are equal to each other, equivalent to each other, then we can say this, that the four quantities are in proportion. 3:5 proportion to 12:20. This first and this fourth is known as the extremes. The first and the fourth is known as the extremes, and second and third is known as the mean. Okay, second and third, first and fourth. First and fourth, first into fourth, these are known as the extremes, and second and third are known as the mean. Okay, so if I take it in this way, so we will multiply the first and fourth, then it is A into D, and we will multiply second and third. Okay, and if they are equal, when we multiply first and fourth and we multiply second and third, and if they are equal, we can say that they are in proportion. We can see one example here. Also you can take anything. Suppose I have taken here 2, 5. Okay, and here I have taken 8 and 20. Now if I want to check whether they are in proportion, so what I will do, I can write this as 2:5 proportion to 8:20. Now I have to multiply this 2. So 2 into 20, and I have to multiply this 2. It will be 5 into 8. 240, and here also it is 40. So these two are equal. That means they are in this is in proportion. This for two ratios, there are two ratios, 2:5 and 8:20. Now we will multiply the first and the fourth, and we will multiply second and third, and if they are equal, we can say that they are in proportion. Clear? 6 bowl cost ₹90. So what is the cost of 10 balls? Cost of 6 balls is 90. What is the cost of 9? So how many bowls were there? 6. Cost of 6 bowls is 90 rupees. So you have to find the cost of 10 bowls. Okay, so 6 bowls cost ₹90. 6 is to 90, and 10 balls cost, we have to find, so we will assume it as X. Cost of 10 ball is, assume it as X. Now we can say that this two, we can put this equal sign if they are in proportion. So we will put an equal sign. So it is 6 by 10 equal to 10 by X. So we have to multiply first and the fourth. So 6 into X, and we will multiply this second and third. It will be 90 into 10. So the value of X will be 90 into 10 by 6. So it will be 5 times, this is 3 times, 3 1 times 30. The answer will be 150 rupees. So cost of 90 balls is rupees 150. You have to write this in proportion 6:90 equal to 10. 10 is the bowl, 6 is the bowl, so we have kept it at the first. Cost we have kept it at the second. So here we don't know the cost, so we have written here x. We have assumed it at x. We will multiply the first and the fourth, and we will multiply second and third, and we'll get the answer.